Hey there, my friends. This is going to be one of those posts that is just me turning on the camera and talking about it. And I suggest you get doing the same in your business, whatever that is. Do you have a side of your business that people get to know who you are and your team? And that's what I want to talk about today. Uh, my team and I have been going through a series of quarterly. We sit down and ask ourselves questions like, who are we? Who do we serve? Why are we doing it? How do we do it? What do we not know? Those kinds of questions. Strategic, high level, making sure we're on the mission. And the conversation is always with us specifically at Restoration Advisors because we identify as outliers a little bit. Not I made a post about it today. Not with a chip on your shoulder. Not like we've got this attitude about we have to be different, but we understand who we are and that um, much of the world and specifically our industry they they don't see themselves like everybody else. We do a very unique thing, but in a world that's very saturated with commodity products and restoration disaster recovery companies used to be a pretty big pretty deep niche, but now it's a pretty more wide thing. It's so big that private equity is coming in and companies have gotten bigger and marketing spends have gotten bigger. And the question always is for you and for us is how do you, and I want to, how do you stand out in with your competition in your market, in your community? And when I say stand out, I want to preface that by telling you that I and everybody on the team, we aren't the type that want followers. We want people beside us. I don't want anybody following me. I want them joining me. Community has always been part of my ecosystem. It should be yours too. I don't want followers. I want people to take action. Followers seem to be spectators, probably to a fault. I challenge more and more people than anyone that I know to not do nothing. I don't want to sit here a year from now and talk to someone that I gave an hour of my time to, and they're stuck right in the same position from not even trying. I'm okay with trying and failing. So we're having this conversation and we're like, the way to market in 2024 generally is social media. We have a big social media presence. There's a part of us that doesn't want to. I love social media from this is where my friends are, this is my partners, my colleagues are, but I don't like that there's algorithms that for me to get anyone's attention for any of the great, cool, awesome stuff that we're doing, you have to play this game of getting people's attention. The problem with followers and attention commerce and things like that is it distracts people. It's dopamine. It causes people to click, like, scroll, follow, laugh, rinse, repeat, do it again, again, again. And before you know it, you've been sitting down for 42 minutes, for an hour and 10 minutes, 3 times a day. And then at the end of the day, you're like, man, I didn't get any of my stuff done. We've all watched all of the conversations about dopamine. I don't like that we even have to be in part of that. But how do you? We haven't figured out how do we do something and bring people in that's not that. I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure there is. I'm just not smart enough to figure it out yet. Um, but our avatar, the people that we work best with, over here you see RBA, Restoration Business Academy. We are very specific. While we don't vet people per se, because it is a community and everybody's welcome, just because they're not like us, we do watch and we make sure that people stay. But I want to tell you some of the things that I wrote down that are our kind of people, um, true restoration people, uh, maybe technicians, those that pursue education and make sure that they are doing things always the best they can. Make sure that we are people that are obsessed with our customers. We'll do anything to make them happy. We protect our teams. We are violently protective of our tribe, of our people, and our people. Um, Many of us are in debt. We have sunk money into our businesses because we believe in it so much, and it's, business goes through cycles, or we do something wrong and it's not working. Um, we are definitely distractible. Since we're always learning, we're always searching. Change comes normal. We're not afraid of change. We're not afraid of risk. Um, we don't tolerate, most of us don't tolerate BS. Um, it is what it is most of the time, and because a lot of people that I'm talking to have tolerated the wrong people, the wrong ideas, the wrong whatever for too long, and they know what it got them. And so we don't repeat those errors. So these are just some of people. So if those are the people that are looking for a place, the only way I know how to market and advertise is to tell you who we are and to tell our story and to say we're waiting for people like you. We have a group yesterday, a brand new restore out of another state, like up in Minnesota. No, Washington State. Brand new, brand new. Um, Found us luckily because we're just like opening his mind, and not just us. I want to tell you a story about that, but he asked a question about pricing a self-pay sizable mold job. He'd never done it. He's done mold, but probably more as a technician. So, giving a quote to somebody over the internet, even part of a peer group like RBA, it's really hard. There's so many variables. And a couple of our seasoned veteran community members started chiming in, and this gentleman got a master class of information, questions, prompts, things to ask. We gave him some opportunities of ways to do it, how to price that. He is joining our webinar today, our workshop about pricing and scoping on site is perfectly timely. Um, and then one of our members, who is a OG of our industry, stepped up and said, "Hey, Brian, jump on the phone call with me. He got his protocol, he got his report and the findings, and some of the information and pictures of the house. He said, why don't you get on the phone with me? Give me an hour and a half, and let's see if we can't figure out how to do that." The guy said, "Awesome." You know what a lot of other people said in the chat and in the community? Because it's all, Facebook style. It's not Facebook, it's our own private place, no ads. Others were like, "Man, we'd like to sit in on that." Well, our community has the structural software opportunity to create a live room right there in our RBA where this person, this OG, was able to say, "I'm going to open up. I'm going to create." We showed him how we create this event. He and that person show up, and anybody else that wants to are free to come in and chime in. They had it, the call went on so long, it went over an hour. We found out that there's a limit of a 1 hour on this application that we use. So they had to stop and restart, and real easy to do. And they did that. They jumped back on and had a master class, and again had a workshop on how to read the protocol, how to read, how to value price what you do based on the protocol, because it had some background information on the health of the occupants of the home. And those things told you that this wasn't just a rub and scrub job. This was a pretty, there people have health conditions and are experiencing symptoms, which sound like mycotoxins and things like that. So it's very, very critical. And so he went through that and showed how to read that protocol and what to do with it, and on and on and on. So I think they had a great, great time. I know that the guy's head was a little bit like, but now he was going to probably price his job cheap to get it. But now he knows how to still get it, be competitive, but explain what it is and why he's charging so the customers get the value and understand, well, that makes sense, and that's why it's going to take so long. You can't just spray chemical on it. You got to do things. It's probably going to be more, as mold jobs are with all the time, it's usually grows. That masterclass was able to, obviously they had it, but then it turns into a recorded lesson that goes into the professional resource library that anyone in the future can watch and see the same thing. We can tag people in it, we can send it to people. It's really, really cool. Those are our people. The people that are showing up and asking questions and not feeling like they're going to be ridiculed like they are on social media. And then the people that are saying, "Hey, I've been there. I know what to do. Why don't you let me help you? Because I don't want to watch you struggle." I feel like I shouldn't have to advertise this, but I have to tell people it exists. And so that's where I'm going to get to this. We have a free option. If you just want to go in and be part of the sum up or all of the communications with post, some of the resources you get, and then we have some paywalls. We have bigger resources. We got libraries of stuff. We've got guest speakers, and then we've got courses, and then there's access of coaching to Toby and the team, and even for me if you need to, um, for pretty small amounts. I'm going to invite you to go over there and check it out because I don't love posting on social media all the time, which I do, and the same people see it and they push the little like button, and I appreciate every one of them to do it. But those people aren't over there helping us build it. It's mine. It's yours. It's an academy. Academies, universities grow become the from the participants, not just the instructors. Instructors come and go. It's did you go there? Did you get a degree from this academy or something like that? So people clicking and liking, I appreciate every single one of you. I value you. You are important for my venture and my journey in this whole industry. I rely on so many of you for help. But go over and let's build this thing together. I have a dream, and I won't stop talking about it. And that includes you, includes other people. Then there are the people who never see the post. We don't do sponsored paid ads. No, actually, I'm sorry, we did. We don't normally do it, but we tried it, seeing if that gets the audience. But what happens when you start doing sponsored ad is you start bringing in people that aren't connected to your mission, vision, your story, and they don't know really know what they're getting into, and they're just clicking buttons, and it doesn't last. I like meaningful, longer term relationships, even in communities and education. So people don't see it because Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever medium we're talking about, they have designed algorithms that put things in front of you that they want you to see. That doesn't always include things like RBA that are external. They don't want you to leave social media. And I know this to be true, I've talked to a Facebook representative before, and they said, you will be slightly shadow banned because you are creating a place that takes people away from where we want them to be so we can sell to them. Because Facebook is a marketing and ad generation group. They said if you sponsor ad and pay for ads, we'll make sure that people see it because we're getting a little piece of the pie. Fair enough. It's their universe. They want to make some money off of it. I'm just not big on growing other people's businesses, especially when I don't fully agree with a lot of the ethics and morals of social media. So, um, those are our kind of people. We built a place where those people can all get together. You, me, Toby, uh, Blaine Perry, Jim Bauer, everybody can go there. It's going to grow and grow. Um, I just can't give up. You can't give up. I have to stay after it. It's going to take a while to build it, and it's going to be hard for a while, and it's not going to look like much. But early adopters will be early adopters, and I promise you, I and my team and those others that are in there will give the best we've got. So, to summarize, I just wanted you to know that you should probably in your business have a Facebook page and sit down in front of a camera and start to tell stories to your audience, whoever those might be. Share them. Other people love your stories. They want to know your journey. They want to know what you're about. They don't really care about your product until they know, mostly, do they know it helps them solve a problem? And two, do they like the person they're buying it from? Some people don't care about that, but usually meaningful people do. So post there. I wanted you to know how we identify who we like to work with, and we fire customers. People fire us. It's not a fit. It's nothing personal. Rhinoceros skin, thick skin, no problem. I hope they find the help they need somewhere and not nowhere. And then lastly, I wanted to tell you about RBA because I'm really excited about it. We're teaching a workshop this afternoon about how to scope and price on site, like the young man up in Washington State would have better tools to do that. And I think you will too. That's a free webinar that we're doing for everybody. You're going to get the assets, the tools to do it. And, but it really is an invitation to step into the academy and then look around and decide if it's someplace you would like to spend more time and with us. So I hope you're all doing great. Heading into the weekend. Have a good one. Let me know if I can do anything for you. My phone always rings and I always answer. And I hope that we can start to build something up together with you, because this could be legendary. Like everything, like I'm part of things now that are legendary, and I remember when they weren't, and now they are. The Rebel movement was one of them. Lots of other communities, lots of other initiatives and movements and things like that. So let this be another one. All right. Take care of yourself. Have a good one, and we will see you, restpreneurs, real soon.